Sometimes you have to be told to do something 1,000 times over before it actually makes sense and before you actually take action on it. And one thing that kind of like rings in my head every time I do something that I just feel is pointless, that I don't see an instant outcome from, is that volume negates luck. It's kind of hard, like if you're doing something that doesn't have a directly tangible outcome, it's kind of hard to keep doing it. For example, I just finished up journaling. I just finished up meditating. I'm in my morning routine right now, and I just want to record this video. Both of those things, meditation and journaling, they don't have a tangible outcome that you can hold on to that's going to give you an instant result. So like sometimes in my head, I'm like, why am I doing this? Sometimes in my head, I'm like, there's no point. But compounding effects take you a long way. It's not a matter of me trying to be the perfect with my handwriting, perfect with how many words I can write down. Like those are quantifiable outcomes that I can declare that would be an outcome that I want. But the reason why I journal, the reason I meditate is because it helps me stay more grounded in the moment. It helps me attach myself to the present instead of thinking about the future, having anxiety, or thinking about the past, having depression. And just being grounded with myself and having control over my own thoughts. Because there's times where I literally just don't want to do anything when I wake up in the morning. Like I live in isolation like 95% of my day, and no one else looks at me. No one else judges me based on my actions in the morning or like my actions in solitude, because no one's around to see it. So it's very easy to justify in my head, like, you know what, maybe I don't want to wake up early this morning. You know what, maybe I don't want to do my morning routine this morning. No one is keeping me accountable except myself. And that's honestly not the best thing, but it leads you to question everything that you do, from your morning routine, from the way you train, like everything you just question, like, is this actually something that needs to happen? And like, even just like small learning lessons, like just reinforcement of like, you know what, maybe I shouldn't be scrolling on my phone 24/7. You know what, maybe I should be doing something more productive with my time. And constant reinforcement of that same message of like, how I think about it is like trying to subconsciously reprogram your mind towards who you want to be like, right? So like these tiny little things, like maybe I shouldn't be scrolling during my day. Maybe I shouldn't instantly pick up my phone when I wake up in the morning. Maybe I should do something that has some sort of delayed gratification, so I can actually teach my mind on a subconscious level. Because when you wake up, your brain operates in alpha and delta waves. Sorry, kind of like this morning, but it allows you to be a lot closer to your subconscious mind, because you're just like consciously waking up, like things are just like flowing, and it allows you to impact your subconscious mind on a deeper level. And that is the most impactful time that you can really try to reprogram your subconscious, is the times where you are operating in those I forgot what brainwaves I was saying. I'm like, waking up in the current moment. But it just takes time. Like it honestly just takes time. And it's a good lesson to understand that like you just need to detach from the outcome that you want. Like I know it's hard, I know it's counterintuitive for whatever, like chances are if you're watching this, you're ambitious. Like I always had like this deep ambition inside of me. Like I'm always not content with where I'm at, and I always want to do more. And it's kind of hard, like, okay, detach yourself from the outcome. Because if you're constantly thinking about the outcome, like it works against you, honestly. Like if you're constantly thinking about like getting a six-pack abs, right? And everything you do like is towards getting that, like it's gonna feel like it takes forever. But if you just do the inputs, if you attach your thoughts, your beliefs, your focus on the inputs being, let me hit my macros every single day, let me hit my steps, let me go to the gym, let me train, let me not stuff my face with processed food, right? If you attach yourself to those inputs that you can control, like those are things that keep you grounded in the present moment. It's not things that hasn't happened yet, right? You having a six-pack abs hasn't came into reality yet, so you can't attach yourself to that. Even though it sounds counterintuitive, I promise you, like detaching yourself from the outcome is kind of like, this is a good way to describe it. It's kind of like you're going on a date with like a 10 out of 10 girl, right? And, from the time that you text her saying like, hey, I'm gonna pick you up at like X time, I'm gonna take you here, like you're overthinking every single thing that you do. Maybe you FaceTime your boy saying like, is this the outfit that I should wear? Like, I don't know if it's gonna like, this is gonna be good. Like, I wanna impress her. Like, I don't wanna fuck it up. You're like, checking over the text you send before you send it. And like, is this worded right? And like, you're overthinking every micro detail. And all of a sudden, like the outcome of that day, you end up fumbling it because you are so attached to the outcome of trying to get the girl, right? But if you go on a date with like a 6 out of 10 girl, it works like you're so detached from like, because you don't really care. It's a 6 out of 10. You don't really care. Like you just act yourself. You don't really think too much when you text. Like you just text what like comes first, like what feels intuitive to you. You take her to a place that like feels good to you. And all of a sudden, like you get the perfect outcome that you want. You like mesh with her really well. Like the date goes really well. Like, it's just a really good time. You just, most of all, like you are your most authentic self. And the only difference between the two is that you were so attached to the outcome for that 10 out of 10 girl because you were scared of missing out on that. And ultimately you did because you were so focused on that outcome. And the same exact thing works when it comes to like things that you have, like personal goals you have, whether it's a certain physique you want, whether it's running a certain marathon time, right? Like I'm training for 2 marathons this year, and I want to run sub-4 marathons on both. So like, those are my goals, but I can't solely just think about the sub-4, but I can think about the inputs, right? And I can attach myself to the repetition because volume negates luck. That's I said that already, but like volume negates luck. If you do enough of something, like there's no possibility at luck because you just have so much volume, so much repetition, right? And if you just hear the same exact message over and over again, like I promise you, like you're gonna be able to. It's like if you, I hope you might have done this before, but like if you read a book, like I've had books that I read, right, and I read them once and like it was a pretty good book, like I got some value from it, and then I read it again. And that second read over, even though like I'm like, this is the same information, like nothing has really changed. The only thing that has changed was the time and the perspective that I'm reading it from. I have different insights that I can compare that information to that makes it hit a little bit harder for me. It makes it see that information like a little bit different, right? And like a way you can think about this, I think religious texts are evergreen, meaning that no matter when you read it in your lifetime, like it will have a different meaning in different ways compared to where you're at right there in your life, right? And that's the same way like you need to treat, because like primarily the message that I want to convey in this video is that you have the information. The information is out there. You have an AI chatbot that gives you a response of like, how to do rocket science in a dumbed down way in 30 seconds that no mathematician, no scientist could ever explain that easily. Like you have the information, but it's just a matter of like having the information like repeated to you in different ways over and over and over again. Like the things I'm saying in this video are definitely not things that you've heard for the first time. Maybe in the certain way that I'm saying it, but the point is that like you just have to convey the same exact message to yourself over and over again towards the person that you want to become. Align yourself with a higher self, right? Align yourself with like this better version of you, and just continue to repeat the same subconscious reprogramming things, like such as I seek delayed gratification, right? I control my own thoughts. I don't let my emotions get the best of me, right? Like just like self-mastery, like reprogramming tips, not tips, but like I would say codes, kind of like how you code like a nuclear bomb, right? Those codes, like you repeat the same codes over and over again, like towards how you want to like structure your nuke. This is a weird analogy, but I hope you understand what I mean. And you just repeat the same things over and over again, and like over a long enough time frame, the outcome has no other choice but to show up in your life because you've done so much volume. You just have to stay committed and consistent enough. Yeah, that's my thoughts. I want to finish my morning routine and hit my run, so thanks for listening.